Okay, so this level is Cultist base, and without a doubt, this is by far the hardest level in this campaign. The main reason why it's so hard is it's just like the encounters, they're very like overwhelming. For example, like fighting like groups of Menkabai with like really weak weapons. The fact that you're very vulnerable and the whiplashes, like just so many scary fights in this level. But I do got the strategies and the tips to definitely make sure you'll be able to like survive the hard fights in this level, and you could totally like beat it consistently. I've been pretty much just using like these strategies for like, I don't know, every time I play Ultra Nightmare, and I pretty much consistently beat it like every time here. So I think it's definitely what is it? If you're struggling on Cultist base, this is definitely the right video to watch. So for this part, you know, I decided to kind of like show the prison fight, even though it's really not a hard fight, but it's kind of part of Cultist base, so yeah, you can just see what I do here. I really don't think people are going to die in this fight. It's really simple. It's just a bunch of fodder. But I guess this can give me like enough time to talk about other stuff here. And you know, Cultist base, like without a doubt, it is like a scary level. And it's really one of those levels that I feel like is really gonna help. It's really gonna train you for your mental game. Like you really need to try to be able to control your nerves on this level, because when things go wrong, things really do go wrong. And it's good that it kind of like trains your mental preparation, because you know, in the later levels, it's only gonna get worse. Where you know, if you do like a stupid mistake, you have to like redo like the entire campaign and all that stuff. But despite of like Cultist base being a tough level, it is actually one of my favorite levels. I really love like the challenging fights. I think the map layout is pretty cool, and of course I love the snowy environments. I love snow based levels. And yeah, that was pretty much the demon prison. Very simple. And of course you get your Praetor suit token. I basically save my Praetor suit token until I get another one for the what's that upgrade? The one upgrade where you're immune to barrels. Absolutely a must on Cultist base. There are so many barrels on this map, so you definitely want to have that ASAP just to protect yourself from all those barrels. And it's also like another thing that I've learned in Doom 2016. You know, like in Doom 2016, the barrels do insane amount of damage, so it's really good to get the environmental protection. And here we go, Cultist base. And I decided to, what is it, edit the load times there. So there. So this fight, you know, just I think it's just 3 gargoyles. Just use your plasma gun. I like to use plasma gun here to build up the heat blast. Alright, so this next fight, I mean not this next fight, the very first, like, I guess, somewhat big encounter here, I like to actually use my chainsaw, and this is how I use it. Yep, I get rid of that Revenant, and notice how I actually shot the, what is it, I shot that one barrel, because I'm trying to protect myself from all the barrels. So right here, the main reason why I'm kind of like being passive is because most of the time the Revenant, he should kind of like push towards me, but for some reason he didn't, so I decided to be the aggressor. And yeah. Oh yeah, and you also want to do like your challenges here too. Definitely do all the 3 challenges for this level. They're very simple to do. I think you get the, what is it? You get that little, the battery thing or whatever. And that's going to be useful in the mid game. And of course, I take advantage of the secret. Absolutely a must. Oh wait, I just kind of realized the challenges actually adds to the Praetor suit, so yeah, that's why I do the flame belt challenge. So yeah, there it is. And now I take advantage of the immune barrel explosion. Alright. I think this first few bits, you know, kind of, I mean, at least like this part right here, nothing too scary until like the first Mankabai, or first Mankabus encounter here.
Let's see if you're strong enough to survive this cursed city.
Yeah, see, micro missiles are great. I really think people should not sleep on them. They're very powerful in the early game.
The Slayer has arrived. All mortally challenged personnel, please be advised.
So yep, I got rid of the barrel. And this fight right here, this very first Mankabus fight, you have to pretty much use the, what is it, the little blade trap to your advantage, because you're just so weak, you don't have the right weapons. And I use the not the micro missile, heavy assault rifle primary fire for that. I freeze bombed that other Mankabus just to give give myself some time to adjust myself. Same thing here. Just abuse the freaking trap and play it very carefully. See, I barely took any damage here. This went really, really well. Except that I couldn't find one imp alive to chainsaw chainsaw for ammo, but that's okay. So it's always annoying when Dune Guy punches the Predator suit guy when he should be, you know, taking his little thing. And yep, this next fight, the main reason why I have that plasma gun charged is for this Arachnotron here, to get my challenge done. Yep, I freeze bomb him, bam, got that first. Got the other challenge done, so I got another Predator suit token. And yeah, that Arachnotron pretty much always comes up to you if you're in that position where I was. And yeah, everything is pretty easy here. Like, these first few fights are pretty easy. It's just like when you first bump into that one arena with like the rocket launcher, that's where the difficulty really spikes up here. But this, wait, oh, I don't know why I dashed back there. That was kind of weird. Yeah, so I'm trying to make the Hell Knight come towards me, but for some reason he wasn't doing that, but eventually he did. And that's good RNG. Sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes the blade trap will fail and you're gonna have to actually fight him normally. And I kinda like to use the freeze bomb to counter that. Yeah, another thing that I feel like people really underestimate the micro missiles is like they're really good against Lost Souls. Lost Souls can be kind of pesky by like how they move around and stuff, but the homing abilities of the micro missile makes them so easy to aim. Did I chainsaw here? Yeah, I think I did here. Oh no, never mind. Because I generally like to have like really good ammo here, but I think I was really healthy with my ammo. All right, here it is. This is the first like scary fight of this level. I'll try my best to kind of explain my thought process here. I whipped out the rocket launcher here. I immediately try to get rid of that Mankabus. I always dash back just in case the other Mankabus. Just in case the other Mankabus starts sniping me. And I generally use 3 shots. I freeze that other Mankabus to get rid of this Cackle Demon. And here's something like you should do when you handle the Mankabus at this stage here. You'll notice I kind of like dash a lot every time I fight the Mankabus, and I try to like just use the rockets. There it is, like that, because I'm really trying to minimize the damage from them. They could really melt your armor really quickly. So try to use like cover, like, you know, if you can, because you really don't want to take so much damage from the Mankabus. And that's how you handle this fight. And try to get one chainsaw before you go to the whiplash fight. Absolutely, you need the ammo. Definitely need the ammo. And I get Equipment Fiend for my second rune. I think Equipment Fiend is one of the best runes. It's just so good in like the later stages. And I think it's just because like I'm a Doom 2016 player. That one equipment rune was also very strong too. And I just thought, and for like Eternal, I just kind of like having it. Anyways, here's the first Whiplash fight. This is how I handle it. Rocket Grenade, and then go for the other one right here. I freeze bomb the other Whiplash, and I try to finish it. And then I kind of see, I'm basically, if you just do what I do right there, I use the plasma gun to try to like shoot the shield guys or shoot the barrels, because sometimes like a shield guy could kind of like block the Whiplash, and if you kill like the shield guy while the Whiplash is nearby, she takes a ton of damage. Like she could pretty much die really instantly. And this one extremely smooth, by the way. And yeah, that's how you handle this fight. I know this fight is really like hard for a lot of players, but if you just do what I did, it'll make it so simple. And of course, first modbot of this map, and I get the lock-on rockets. I used to go remote detonation back when I was trying to beat Ultra Nightmare, mainly because I wanted the mastery remote detonation for like the Doom Hunter base, mainly because I thought remote detonation master was very good at taking care of the Doom Hunters, because you don't have to like blood punch them, and blood punch is so inconsistent. I don't recommend blood punching the Doom Hunter once you get to them at this stage of the game, because it's just horribly inconsistent. And so right here I decided to get my first upgrade. It's the freeze grenade. I really want to just abuse the living crap out of the freeze grenade. It's so good. But yeah, eventually I changed my strategy and I decided to go lock-on rockets, and it makes Cultist base so much easier, because remote detonation you do kind of have to play it more defensively, while lock-on you could be more aggressive. So this fight I get top control, try to get rid of that Mancubus. He always spawns there, by the way. And I was looking for the Cackle Demon here. There's always should be like a Cackle Demon that spawns. And that's such a rare spawn. I never see him like spawn like that. He always kind of like spawn pretty close to like the Mancubus. But yeah, I think his spawn is kind of random. There's definitely some random like spawns in some of these encounters. So this fight here, now I'm just trying to look for the heavy demons and abuse the lock-on rockets. And I use my plasma gun to kind of like get rid of the fodder or the shield guys. Oh, this was a little scary. Yeah, that was unfortunate there. Trying to get chainsaw for the rocket ammo. So that Whiplash here, I really wanted her dead. I don't think I killed her, right? Yeah, I don't think I did. That was kind of unfortunate, but yeah, it was kind of like getting, I think I was a bit overwhelmed by all like the demons that were trying to come after me. And you really gotta be careful with this fight here. This fight could totally be very scary. Oh yeah, I took the rocket there by the lock-on rockets. That was pretty awful. So this fight, you know, it did kind of go a little bit wrong here, but as long as you're keeping your, you're on the move, trying to be very smart with what you're doing, you should be okay. You see, I barely lose like any health and armor, even though my kill, my time to kill and speed on killing these like heavy demons are pretty slow, but I'm still like very much healthy with my health and armor here, so they won't be able to kill me that quickly. By the way, I do like this arena. I personally think the arena is really well designed here. Just like great verticality, and just the layout here is so nice too. And yeah, that's basically how you do this fight, you know. Try to go for the heavy demons and try to like give them their distance, you know. Don't get too aggressive. Getting very aggressive here can totally get you killed. Alright, so this next fight is by far one of the hardest fights. And it's probably going to be the fight that's going to give you a lot of stress if you're trying to beat this game on this difficulty. I really recommend you to take a big, deep breath before you jump down into the pit here, because, you know, so many things can go wrong. I've had moments where things go absolutely right, and sometimes things just go really wrong. Like, sometimes the Mancubus, you can actually dodge the cue ball attack, and that's where, you know, high amount of stress can really happen here. But, things actually went pretty well here for me. Except there was one little mistake, I guess. You'll see what I mean. So, I'm just trying to, like, yeah, I was trying to check for my ammo. I decided not to grab all that ammunition and saved it for the later stages.
Your super shotgun is nearby, a relic from your past.
So these lost souls here, I like to throw a grenade to get rid of them. And I really like abusing the rocket launcher and plasma gun for this fight. Alright, here we go. So I think I made a little mistake right here. Yep, I went completely the wrong position. I want to be in front of the health pack here. And I'll tell you why. So get rid of all these fodder. And now here it is. I'm trying to look for like the shield guys. I want to get rid of them ASAP. And here's the main reason why I stay in this position. There's going to be a whiplash that spawns here every single time, and you want to kill her ASAP. I use the lock-on rockets because it's way more consistent than the cue ball. The cue ball is a little bit random. Oh, this was a little bit weird here. Eventually, I kind of did it here, and this is where things got a little awkward. I noticed there's no cue ball, and I'm like, oh crap, but I had a freaking freeze bomb ready, and that pretty much saved me from getting like killed there. I could have totally died there if I didn't prepare myself with that freeze bomb. And that's another thing here. You really want to save that freeze bomb for like the Mancubus part. In this part, I'm just trying to take it slow here. Take it real slow. Try to not take so much damage. And there it is. Like I said, there were a couple little mistakes here, but I played this part extremely smooth. Look at my health and armor. I barely took any damage here. And there you go. You just beat one of the hardest fights in this level here. And the level honestly actually gets like easy until like the last fight here. So this is pretty much like a breather until like the last fight. And what is it? If you actually play like all the Slayer gates and all secret encounters, then you have to stress out that one secret encounter with the 2 whiplashes, and you have to stress out the Slayer gate, because the Slayer gate for Cultist base is by far the hardest one. At least that's how I feel. It's just so small, lots of Mancubi, weak health and armor. So yeah, you're like a glass cannon basically. So I actually like to do this secret encounter here for some weapon points. This one is really easy. I totally recommend you to do it. That Cackle Demon was a little scary. I've actually gotten one hit killed by a Cackle Demon before by just one fireball. I know it's definitely a glitch, but I don't know, man. It's really weird. So I'm very like paranoid when I see Cackle Demons, and yep, I immediately just get rid of them with the lock-on rockets there. I just don't want to risk it. Oh, yep, there's my capture card. Kind of glitching out a little bit here. I'm not really sure if I should get a new capture card, because, you know, this one still works really well, and I just don't want to spend, like, what is it, nearly 150 bucks for, like, an Elgato, so yeah. This fight, very simple, just lock on rockets, the Revenant. Yeah, if you have freeze grenade here, you pretty much kill him. Not really, like, a hard fight at all. So this next few bit, what is it? The Revenant part? Pretty easy. I really don't think. I don't really think it's possible for you to like die at the Revenant part. It's just so ridiculously easy. You have like insane amount of health. But it's fun though. Really reminds me of like playing Doom Snap maps. Like all like the demon unplayable maps. And the Revenant has always been one of my favorites to play. Alright, so you get your super shotgun. I decided to kill that Revenant because, well, when I first played Ultra Nightmare, the Revenant was actually the first demon that killed me, so that's why I killed him. So this fight, really not that hard here. It's all about just managing your freeze bomb for like the, what is it? I'll eventually talk what I mean here. So, you know, the Cackle Demon and the Bankabus here, they're really not that deadly if you just do what I do here. But what is it? That one, yeah, this part right here, and the one with the Arachnotron and Hell Knight, you definitely want to use the freeze bomb for these two, like, encounters here. Because these two encounters are the most, deadliest. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, I'm waiting up for the freeze bomb. So yeah, because of this part here. Yep, get rid of the Arachnotron because he's the most deadliest. The Hell Knight is very mad. Yeah, see, easy. And from here, you pretty much got this. You know, this is just like, yeah, fodder. I think I tried to chainsaw these guys. No, yeah, it didn't work. I definitely wanted to chainsaw for more rocket ammo.
Attention, all Cultist base personnel.
So this part, just kind of like use your grenade launcher.
I repeat,
If I had like some rocket ammo here, I would totally try to use some of the rockets here. But I think grenade launcher is still fine enough. Don't worry about getting hit by the little scythe. They actually don't do too much damage, so. But at the same time, don't get too like greedy. And yeah, so this part, oh yeah. Don't these things look like the pressure plate from Doom Snap Map for all like my Snap Map players right there? It totally does to me. And that's why I showed it right there. So I got my Praetor suit token, and like I said, I just want to abuse the freeze bomb here. I really like abusing the freeze bomb in the early game. It's just so good. I know like some people kind of want to go for like the faster quick switching. I do that for like the end of the Doom Hunter base. I think that's more efficient because that's where I start to have like the more stronger weapons. Especially like, you know, at the end of Doom Hunter base, you'll get the ballista once you get what's that one level? In Super Gornes. So that's my strategy. And there it is, that secret encounter. I don't recommend anyone to do that one if you're trying to beat Ultra Nightmare for the first time. It's really scary, and it's a bit like luck based too. Like if the two whiplashes get really aggressive or just kind of like bad spawns, you can totally just die unexpectedly. A bit cheap if you ask me. But it is fun when you're trying to like beat the game for like personal global. But you don't have to do it. There's a tentacle here, I like to trap it. So yeah, we're getting kind of close to like the final fight of this level, which is by far one of the another like hard fight for this map. But the great thing about like beating Cultist base is like I think it's a big reliever because this is the hardest level for sure. But I wouldn't say like you're guaranteed to beat Ultra Nightmare because, you know, there are still some scary parts left in the other stages. Like the Gladiator, in my opinion, is the hardest part out of like anything in the campaign. And then you got like Urdak, where Urdak can be very random. And, you know, Final Sin is just all about like mental, it's a test of like your mental state, because your nerves are definitely going to be at an all high, and you have to try to control it. So what was I doing here? Not really sure. Yeah, it's okay. I think I thought I had like enough weapon points for like the Super Shotgun Mastery or something. Man, I remember when I first like, you know, tried to like figure out this puzzle, I was stuck here for like 10-15 minutes here. It was pretty embarrassing. It's really not like that hard too.
Are you growing
It's always just funny to have those kinds of moments.
We will break your will yet.
So, yeah, I didn't get lucky with the trap on this Hellknight here, so decided to freeze bomb him. Plasma gun and super shotgun, man. Really good combo here. I absolutely love the plasma gun in Eternal. It's just so much fun to use. So this part, I remember prioritizing the Arachnotron here. Yeah, you really want to get rid of the Arachnotron. So, Slayer Gate here. Definitely a very scary Slayer Gate. But like I said in my previous videos, you don't have to do it to beat, you know, Ultra Nightmare. But my god. This Slayer Gate was really rough when I first played the game on Ultra Nightmare. I mean, not on Ultra Nightmare, on Nightmare. It was super, super rough. I died so many times. And, you know, at that time, I was still trying to, like, learn the game's mechanics. Still trying to learn, like, the new, AI and all that stuff. Like, I actually did not realize, you know, like, the imps and the possessed soldiers respawn until like you kill all the heavy demons. Yeah, like that's why that fight was so rough for me. Because at that time I was still kind of like playing this game like it's Doom 2016 and learning and treating like the fights how a Doom 2016 fight would behave, where you just basically kill all like the enemy, all the demons in the arena to progress. But yeah, I think like around halfway I started to notice like all you need to kill are like the heavy demons, and you know the fodder will eventually like despawn and die. When I first played Eternal. Alright, so getting prepared for the final fight here. This is not an easy fight. I remember this went a little sloppy at times, but I still kind of managed to you know, have good movement, good decision making to keep me alive. It's really just all about trying to get rid of the heavy demons with the locked-on rockets and trying not to get too aggressive here. I do feel like this fight might kind of make you want to get aggressive, especially if you start off really well. But you really want to try to be careful. You know, you only have 225 points of health, and that's not really a lot in Doom Eternal. And I almost forgot, I think this is the very first arena where you actually get the haste power up. I personally think haste is so bad in Doom Eternal. Like, I loved it, haste, in 2016, but in this game I really don't think it works that great. So yeah, I kind of retreated because I noticed there were too many demons around there and I felt like I wasn't able to handle it, and yeah, that's why I ran and repositioned myself there. You know, it's good to do that. Don't like try to get too overly confident. You know, Cultist base will eventually punish you if that happens. I don't think I should have freeze bombed that Hell Knight, but I think I was a little bit scared. I should have saved it for like the Whiplash or the Incubus. Those are much more threatening. Yep, I know like the Whiplash is coming out here. And I remember I didn't really do much with this haste. Oh, that was a little scary there. Yeah, look at all these enemies. They're all grouped up. And I was like, oh god. Yep, I didn't. This was a little bit weird. Ooh, I got a little greedy there. Yeah, couldn't kill the freaking Incubus. I think I should have been a lot more smarter with my decision making there to really like not put myself in an awkward position. Oh, look at that Whiplash. She just flew. And of course, before this fight ends, make sure you chainsaw, because all of like your ammo, health, and armor will progress to the next map. So make sure you try to get everything stacked up. And that's pretty much Cultist base in a nutshell. If you've beaten this level, you know, so far, big congratulations, because like I said, this level is not easy. And I will see you guys in Doom Hunter base.